Gator Framework Studio in Music City. It's the Dining at Disney podcast.
You know the thing about good food? It brings folks together, all walks of life.
You'll discover all the best restaurants and food as you hungrily explore the Disney parks.
Let's do this thing!
The Dining at Disney podcast.
Welcome to the Dining at Disney podcast. I am Kristen, Disney park enthusiast, foodie, travel expert, and excited to talk about the Disney dining plan.
Yes, I'm Al John Go, lifelong Disney, Marvel, Star Wars fan, content creator, and I'm here ready to rock this new year.
And I'm Kat, experiential producer, film historian, saving space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Welcome to the show. Hello.
Hello.
Kristen, you're looking gorgeous tonight.
Thank you. I got my hair cut last week. Got it cut and colored and all the things.
Love it. Love it.
Thank
How
you.
are you guys doing?
Doing good. It's a new year and looking forward to the new year. And I think we may have mentioned this because it was literally starting, but once again, our heart goes out to everyone affected by the LA fires. So once again, just know that you're in our thoughts, and we're sending you good vibes from our studios here. Sending a lot of love your way, Kat.
Thank you. Yeah, the museum reopened today for the first time since last Tuesday, I think. Last Monday. I don't remember the last day we were open. But we reopened today, and people were out trying to, let their kids be kids for a little while. So it was good. It was good.
Well, that's good. That's good. Well, having said that, it's been crazy. We had a winter storm out here, but now the snow is melting and the kids' sicknesses are running rampant. So, it's just one of those things. It's what happens when you send your children into a petri dish called school.
Yeah.
But hey, we just promoted the fact that the Disney dining plan is back. The free Disney dining is back last week. So, Kristen, you've got some cool news to share for us today.
Well, I thought we could give everybody a refresher of what the Disney dining plan is for the, those that already know, and then go over what this year's dining plan includes, because every year the dining plan changes a little bit. So I thought we could go over all that stuff, and then we could talk about, since there are best ways to use the dining plan and get the biggest bang for your buck. So I fear we could talk about that too.
All right.
So I guess for those who don't know, the Disney dining plan gives you the ability to go dine at particular locations. Currently, there's more than 200 locations that you can dine at. It's going to include hotels, the theme parks, and then things like Disney Springs. So it's got that. There's two different dining plans. There's the quick service plan, as well as the what I call basic plan. And one of the nice things about this is it is very convenient to be able to use this. It also can save you up to 20%. So that helps too.
But you can only get one of the tiers of the Disney dining plan if you stay at a Disney resort, correct?
Wait, what?
You can only partake of the Disney dining plan by staying on property.
Yes.
Yes. So any one of the tiers you can enjoy as you book your Disney trip as someone that stays at the Disney resort. So I think that's the important part.
Yes, you add it as part of your travel package. Now, one of the things is it also is very, it makes it nice because you don't have to worry about paying for your meals. because you've paid for it up front. So I think that's one of the things that's really nice about it. Kat, do you want to go into what's included in the two different plans?
Yeah, of course. So there is, what did I just click on? Here we go. Nope, that ain't it either. So there's two different plans. There's first one is the Disney Quick Service Dining Plan. And what's included is everyone in the party ages 3 and over receives 2 quick service meals per night of stay, 1 snack or non-alcoholic drink per night of stay, and 1 resort refillable drink mug. The number of meals and snacks, of course, are determined by how many nights you're staying, and they can be redeemed during your time of stay. They do not roll over. So once you're checked out, like the day of your checkout at midnight, they disappear. So if you want to get the most money out of it, you have to use all of it before you leave. The resort refillable mugs, as always, are eligible for refills at any service beverage island at any Disney Resort Hotel quick service location. If you want to purchase alcoholic drinks, it's going to be an added cost. Guests from 3 to 9 must order from a children's menu when available, and you must purchase the plan for your entire party for the entire length of stay.
Are 2 plans that you can choose from. The first is a quick service dining plan. It's available for everyone ages 3 and up, and they receive the following: 2 quick service meals per night of stay, 1 snack or non-alcoholic drink per night of stay, and a resort refillable drink mug. The number of meals and snacks are determined by the number of nights included in the package stay. They can be redeemed at any time, but unused meals and snacks will roll over from day to day and expire at midnight on the day of checkout. So they don't roll over to your next trip. You have to use everything by midnight on your last day of stay. Of course, as always, the resort refillable mugs are eligible for refills from any self-service beverage island at any Disney Resort Hotel quick service location. If you're over 21 and you choose to drink a alcoholic beverage, it will be an extra cost. The guests 3 to 9 must order from a children's menu where available.
It does include alcohol.
It does? Never
Yeah.
mind. I guess it does include alcohol. That's new. Never mind. Ignore that. It does include alcohol. Feel free. And your plan must be purchased for the entire length of stay for the entire party, who are ages 3 and up.
It's guests that are under 21, of course, that can't order that, so they have to order a non-alcoholic beverage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Getting crazy. It's getting crazy around here. The second option is just the regular Disney dining plan. It includes for everyone ages 3 and over 1 quick service meal per night of stay, 1 table service meal per night of stay, 1 snack or non-alcoholic drink per night of stay, and 1 resort refillable drink mug. Same terms and conditions apply for both the number of meals and snacks and the resort refillable mug. And of course, alcoholic beverages. Reservations at table service restaurants are subject to availability, as always, but are highly recommended, as always.
Highly recommended.
Yes. 2 table service meals will be redeemed from the dining plan for each person dining at a fine or signature dining experience, select character dining experience, or a dinner show. So I'm pretty sure that covers what, like Hoop-Dee-Doo or Ohana, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you are trying to do those things, it's going to take 2 of your credits away.
Cinderella's Royal Table is another one. Yeah.
Of course, guests ages 3 to 9 must order from a children's menu where available, and you must purchase for the entire length of stay for the entire party.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, those are the basics, and it's really cool. There was a time when there were multiple tier options, but I'm glad they kind of distilled it down.
The one thing I do want to mention is what is included as far as a meal. So for quick service, this can be for breakfast, lunch, or dinner for any of your meals. So quick service will be 1 entree and 1 non-alcoholic beverage, or alcoholic if you're 21 and up. Table service for breakfast will include one entree and one beverage, or one buffet or family style meal and a beverage. Meals for brunch, lunch, and dinner include one entree, one dessert, and one beverage, or one buffet or family style meal and one beverage. So it's going to be for a single serving alcoholic beverage. If you're 21, that would include things like beer, cider, wine, sangria, mixed drinks, and specialty cocktails. And for the non-alcoholic beverages, they include milkshakes, fresh smoothies, premium hot cocoa. You can get soda, coffee, or tea. And then for some ideas of your quick service snacks, this is going to be at most of the outdoor carts. You'll also see them at different merchandise locations. But this is going to be things like frozen ice cream, popsicle or fruit bar, 2 scoops of a hand-scooped ice cream, popcorn scoop single serving box, a piece of fruit, single serving bag of snacks, 20-ounce bottle of Coca-Cola products, including Dasani water, 20-ounce fountain soft drink, a single serve of coffee, chocolate, hot tea, milk, or juice, a cup of soup, added topping, so a side of cheese is its own snack credit.
That's insane.
Things not including are going to be like a box of donuts, a jar of peanut butter, souvenir containers, items that are considered to be merchandise, which is bottle toppers, glow cubes, and bottle straps.
Good thing about this is that if something is that you feel is not worth the credit, you can always pay out of pocket for it and then use your credit for something else. But anyway, I know we can talk about making the most of your plan here in just a little bit, but the cheese comment kind of spurred that reaction. So,
Aljon, do you want to go over about how it keeps track and the reservations, gratuities, that kind of stuff?
sure. I'm trying to find what tab that is under.
Here, I'll
Good
put
thing I
it.
can edit.
Go into the show notes.
Go in the show notes.
Yeah, it's the second Disney dining plan one. Do you see it?
Maximizing one.
No. That says Disney dining plan. Underneath it. See it? Click on that.
Gotcha. Okay, where it says.
It's down towards the bottom. How to keep track.
All right, so how to keep track of the dining plan. It's done electronically and it's linked to your card in your room. So you can, 1, view your remaining meals and snacks in the My Disney Experience app. And then 2, you can also check your dining receipts. Remaining meals and snack credits are printed on them. And then number 3, you can always contact your resort concierge or guest relations to obtain the number of credits you have left at any time. And Kristen and I have done this on numerous occasions.
Yes.
Always super convenient. You know, it's great that it's in the app now because you can take it with you wherever you go. I suggest every time you use a credit that you screenshot yourself, because there have been times where the app does not sync up with your actual credits, and you may want to, at the end of the day, maybe reconcile with your receipts and that screenshot just to make sure they jive, because I want to make sure you get the most of your Disney vacation and understand that, you know, even as digital as these systems are and sophisticated these systems are, sometimes they can get a little wonky. So it's just great that you kind of protect yourself, because it does happen, and we wouldn't want you to get all tangled up in it. But if you do happen to get tangled up, you know, your resort concierge or guest relations can do it. It just takes time away from your vacation, and you don't want that. All right. So it's just best if you reconcile those at the end of the night. That's my suggestion. Overall, you probably won't have any issues with it. But of all the times that we used the Disney dining plan, that may have happened maybe once, maybe
Yeah, it
maybe
happened once.
twice. Happened once. And our resort, I think we went up to the concierge over there at Caribbean Beach. Where were we at? Where were we at, Kristen?
Like Coronado Springs.
Coronado Springs, of course.
It would have been there or Pop Century. Those are the two places we've stayed at most.
Yes, yeah, they took care of it. It was not a big deal, and there really wasn't a big wait, but it can be inconvenient, especially if you have a big party or children. You don't want to be inconvenienced by it, but it's great to keep track of that using the app. Kristen, where to next?
Let's see. Reservations. We mentioned are strongly, strongly recommended. Advanced reservations are required for dinner shows. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can either make the reservations online or you can do it via the app. It's very easy. When you make a reservation, certain locations will require a credit card guarantee. A per-person cancellation charge may apply for reservations canceled within 2 hours of the reservation time. As far as what the charge is, it varies by location. I mean, you've got 2 hours. Chances are you're going to know within 2 hours if you need to cancel a place. It used to be within 24 hours. I'm guessing they had some issues with that, and so it is now only 2 hours. Also, gratuities are not included except for Hoop-Dee-Doo musical review and Cinderella's Royal Table. So do plan on leaving gratuity. If your party is 6 or more people, they will automatically add an 18% gratuity to your bill. That is pretty standard in the restaurant business as a whole. Most places do that anymore. If you do, this is another thing, for kids under 3, they can share off the adult plate at no charge. If you are going to like family style or buffet, they can eat off your plate without a problem. You are also welcome to purchase them a meal, and they'll just add the price of that meal onto your bill at the end if you choose to do that. So that's kind of the, I guess, nuts and bolts or
Main talking points.
whatever you want to call it. Yes, the main talking points of the Disney dining plan. Are we ready to talk about the travel deal? And then get into the best ways we recommend getting the most? Okay.
Yes, let's talk about the Disney travel deal of the week. It is all about the triumphant return of the Disney dining plan. Kristen, what's this week's deal?
Well, they have a free Disney dining plan offer going on when you purchase a non-discounted minimum 3-night, 3-day Walt Disney Travel Company package that includes room at a select Disney Resort hotel, as well as theme park ticket, which must include the park hopper option. This is going to be for arrivals most nights from May 27th to July 7th to August 6th. Now, you can, of course, stay longer. You just can't stay shorter amounts of time. Depending on what category of hotel you choose to stay at will depend on which dining plan you get for free. If you are staying at a Disney Deluxe Villa Resort or a deluxe resort hotel, you will get the Disney dining plan, the one that we refer to as like your standard or basic dining plan. That will be the one that you will get free. If you are staying at a moderate or a value resort, you will receive the quick service dining plan for free. However, there is the option that you can pay the difference to upgrade if you so choose to, which I have done many, many times. So now is the time if you were looking for free dining to take advantage of this current deal.
Okay.
And taking advantage, let's talk about maximizing or
Let's
getting
talk about first how people can book their travel deal with you, Kristen. What's your email address?
They can contact me at themeparkandcruises@gmail.com. I'm getting ahead of myself, apparently.
You are, but that's okay. All right. So go ahead and book your deal now with Kristen. It's a free quote. What else do you have to? You have everything to gain by doing it. Save time, money, and make yourself a very happy camper going to the Walt Disney World Resort, the Disneyland Resort, any cruise line, including the Disney Cruise Line, or Adventures by Disney, or just about, even over there at Universal. You can go ahead and have Kristen put her expertise to work for you and save time and money. Once again, go ahead and tell them the email once again, Kristen.
themeparkandcruises@gmail.com.
Awesome.
I did want to mention real quick that with this package, you have until February 10th to book this. So if you're thinking about it, think quickly.
Okay. Get it while you can.
Yes.
Everybody loves free dining. You don't get things for free anymore, so that's great that they're including it as a promotion. So, all right. So we're going to talk about how to make the most of your Disney dining plan.
Perfect.
Okay, gang. So now that we've talked about the basic bones of the plan, let's talk about our recommendations for the park, right? I mean, surely we can always eat at the resorts. The resorts are its own thing in regards to credits and recommendations, but I think a lot of people will find value using this in the parks.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kristen, why don't you go ahead and talk about Magic Kingdom and your recommendations for table service and quick service?
Okay, well, my recommendations are going to be, I just lost it. It just closed on me.
We are struggling today, y'all. I'll go first. We're on the struggle bus today. I'm going to say if we're starting at Magic Kingdom, we just talked about Jungle Skipper Canteen, which is a great option, but I'm also going to say Crystal Palace because Crystal Palace is a buffet. It's got character dining and it's only one credit. So if you're looking to do character dining and you want to do it at the Magic Kingdom, I think that's the best place to do it.
It's hard to find character dining for that one credit.
Exactly. And also the food's good there. They have the Winnie the Pooh group there, and it's great. It's really good. We had a really great experience there with my nephew last year, so I can't sing their praises high enough. For quick service, my go-to is almost always Columbia Harbor House, but if you're not into seafood, I'm going to say Cosmic Rays is the next on my list. You can sit inside there. In case you haven't listened to this podcast for the last 5 years, I'm very concerned with where there's air conditioning at all times. And usually that's what makes most of my decisions for me. It's, will it kill me? Is there air conditioning? In that order. So, Cosmic Rays, will it kill me? No. Is there air conditioning? Yes. Perfect. I'm in. Let's do it. So, I think that's another one where the food's good. It's going to be filling. You're going to get a bang for your buck. You're going to be able to pick from a lot of different things. And then also, you can eat and watch the show. So, yeah.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
I think for my money, I'm like you. I do like the Crystal Palace for the bang for the buck idea of it all. However, if you can swing it, takes 2 credits, go to Be Our Guest, because there is no other restaurant like it at Walt Disney World. I think it's one of the most immersive experiences you can have, especially as a family. I think your kids, you all are going to love it. If you can get in and basically drop yourself into the film of Beauty and the Beast, the animated classic, it's just amazing. So good. So many great little tidbits in there. And the food's great too. Is it worth 2 credits? Oh yeah. It's worth 2 credits in my opinion. But if you wanted to just single credit.
Especially if you're a Beauty and the Beast fan.
Yeah, 100%. And there's a lot of things in there, for the entire family. But if you're interested in just having a good old time, right? I will also put in Liberty Tree Tavern because you can get seated, and it's once again one of those all you care to eat kind of places. So feel free, And for quick service, for me, since Kat has already outlined Cosmic Rays as a go-to, I'll put in my 2 cents and go with a Pecos Bill, because when you go to Pecos Bills, it's just open seating. There is a lot of seating there, and of course just a wide variety of just food that is like not an issue. Like if you have picky family members, it's just there's something for everybody there. And even if you have dietary restrictions, because of the large amount of guests that they have there, they can accommodate you. So So Pecos Bills is just a great friendly place to have the family eat. Those are my two. Kristen, now it's your turn.
Jungle Navigation Skipper Canteen, I think, is a great place. It's a cool restaurant. You will definitely leave full, and it's not your standard park food. So I like that as a choice. Quick service, Pecos Bill Tall Tale Inn and Cafe is like my go-to in the park when I'm at Magic Kingdom.
I don't think we've ever been to Magic Kingdom where we haven't gone there.
I think once. I will have to say, if you're looking for a specialty drink to use your snack credit on, I recommend going over to Gaston's Tavern and getting LeFou's brew. Also ask for an extra pump of the marshmallow. It's even better.
There you go. All right. We go from marshmallows to golf balls. Here we have Epcot restaurants. And so what does the land of Spaceship Earth have to offer in terms of your recommendations, Kat? I know what you're going to say. I know exactly what you're going to say.
Are you sure?
I think I do. I think I know you enough.
Okay.
But go ahead.
I'm going to say use your meal at Shikisai. I'm going to say use your quick service or snack credit at Rose and Crown Yorkshire Chip Shop, obviously. And quick service, I'm going to say Sunshine Seasons.
That's right.
I agree
am
with
nothing
Kat.
if not consistent.
After the 5 years doing the show, knowing you, Kat, I knew that Sunshine Seasons would be on your list.
Yeah,
we also know the Cheeky Side too, as well.
Yeah.
I mean, we know you, Kat.
Exactly. You know what else? I've been singing their praises, and I will continue to sing their praises. But if you're going to use that snack credit, and you don't want French fries, you're looking for something cold, I can't recommend the pickles at the Regal Eagle enough. Let me tell you.
Yes. The queen of pickles.
Never met a pickle I didn't like.
That's right. Kristen?
I feel like there's a lot of really good choices here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a very difficult part for me, so I'm probably going to name an awful lot of places.
At least
Beer
name two.
Garden is always a recommendation for me. I suggest doing a late lunch. That makes it to where you're super full and you don't go to bed feeling like you have a rock in your stomach or something, because the food is really good and you'll want to eat a lot. Either that or do an early dinner.
If you eat a lot of pretzel bread, you might feel like there's a rock in your stomach. But you know what? The cool thing too is the availability for Beer Garden is usually very high. The seating there is very unique because it is a German style beer garden. Everyone sits at a table, so you might have a table or a party of 3 sit alongside you and your family, a party of 6, and you'll make fast friends. I mean, that's the point, right? Mm-hmm. Kristen and I, every time we eat there, that's another one of our go-to places. We always have these great conversations, and people are like, oh yeah, where are you from? Where are you from? Oh, that's great. Blah, blah, blah. Are you having a good time on your trip? And you come in as strangers, you leave as friends. And that's the coolest thing about Beer Garden. Not to mention, of course, the food that Kristen talks about, but the atmosphere is really cool. So,
I also like Tutto Italia. They have a braised short rib that is fantastic. It's been a while since I've been there, but the braised short rib, the past few times that I had been there, was amazing. Spice Road Table is also another great location, and it has a nice view of the nighttime entertainment. So those are good places for that. As far as quick service, like Kat said, Sunshine Seasons, you can't go wrong there. The other place that I do like, if you're looking for a unique burger, is Connections Cafe. They have a pretty good burger. If that's what you're looking for, more of your typical kind of park food, burgers, that kind of thing. It's a good place, but they have unique takes on them. So I think that's another good option.
So for me, I too will echo our co-hosts, picks. Beer Garden is great. I really like Chefs de France, and I just like the whole bistro of it all. Sitting down, getting to my mind, kind of a very French experience. The servers, of course, are from France, so they're interacting with you, and excuse me. And the food is great, in my opinion. But I always have a great time at the Chefs de France, so that to me it brings me good memories. But the food is also very consistent, very good. Service is very good as well. And I will also, for quick service, I once again I agree with my co-hosts in there as well. But I think it's cool to go to Pizza Al Taglio, because at least you can get somewhat what Italian pizza is supposed to be. Now, granted, they've changed it over time, and maybe Kat is going to disagree with me.
I
But
have no room to disagree.
you have, you've seen it, but it's not bad, right? I mean, so there you can get something different, and it's not going to be the pizza you have stateside. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit different, but I think it's a great experience to have. And of course, Sunshine Seasons for quick service as well. Always a good time there. So now we are here at Disney's Hollywood Studios, and we've talked about a lot of these restaurants here on the show in the past. So let's talk about our recommendations. And I guess I could go first this time and knock it out. But I'm a big fan of 50s Primetime Cafe. Love the vibe. It is cute and kitschy, and there's a lot of personality. Once again, you're stepping into a 50s, a primetime cafe, and you have the staff in there. They're all in character. It's a big show. The food is great. The chicken is next level. So if you happen to get the fried chicken, I love the meatloaf. It's great. So there's a lot of kind of nostalgia in this place, and the food is very nostalgic. It reminds me of the food I ate when I was growing up. And of course, the TVs and everything about it is just amazing. The staff is always on point. They're the best. 50s prime time. And then for quick service, there's a bunch of different places. And this is a place, of course, I've been very critical of ABC Commissary in the history of this show. And that all dates back to just really bad food poisoning.
Well deserved. Well deserved on their part.
Okay.
On their part.
But I can tell you that they have kicked it up another notch. I gave them another chance, thanks you to Kristen and our children, and we went, and no one got sick, and they had a really nice menu there. A really nice menu. And the food was great, served fresh, and I would go there again. And if it not for ABC Commissary, Woody's Lunchbox is also up there with me, because I really enjoyed just a specialty, food that they have there based on Toy Story and Toy Story Land. It's just a lot of fun. And so even though the menu is super limited, it is, themed very well, and the food and the experience is great. So those are the two of my favorites there. Mm-hmm. Without going back to something like the Hollywood Brown Derby, which if you want to use 2 credits, please go to Hollywood Brown Derby and you can thank me later.
Agree.
All right. Kat?
Like I mentioned earlier, Sci-Fi Dine-In is one of my more easily palatable options when it comes to dining, sit-down dining. Of course, Hollywood Brown Derby, if I'm doing a 2 service, it's going to be Hollywood Brown Derby every time. But for quick service, even though it's difficult for me to get food over in Galaxy's Edge, I will say Ronto Roasters is... Kenny Ronto's Ronto Roasters is one of the better options for quick service at Hollywood Studios. I love, because of who I am personally and my love of like everything vintage and post-war, that like area by Tower of Terror on Sunset Boulevard. I love that area just for like the vibes. The food's there is not always great, but the vibes are on point. But if you want something that is going to be consistently delicious, Kenny Ronto's Roasters is going to be... It's top. It's top. I'm literally making my mom's reservations for their trip in March. And she's like, do I have to make a reservation to get the sausage? And I was like, I'm going to hang up. I can't talk to you anymore right now.
It's really good, though. She's not wrong. But by the way, I will say that Kenny Rogers Ronto Roasters, which that trips me out because it is so funny. I've never heard that referred to as Kenny Rogers Ronto Roasters
no,
before.
I say that all the time.
I've never heard that
Stop
before.
it. I say that all the time.
Oh my gosh.
How did I miss that on this program?
Oh my God, I say that all the time because it's so good.
It's so
like,
freaking hilarious.
You can't not. It's just too good.
It will always forever be Kenny Rogers Ronto Roasters now for me.
Yes.
Till the end of time.
Yes, you have to.
Oh my gosh! Now we have to have a logo that has Kenny Rogers' face on it.
I feel like
the old Kenny Rogers Roasters.
It might be Honorary Android. Somebody has a T-shirt of it, and it's like,
oh my God,
it's incredible. It's so good.
I must have it.
I'll find it and I'll send it to you. It's
Okay,
so
thank
good. But it's just like one of those things where even when they first started doing it, everyone was like, "Is this on purpose?"
It's so good.
Because it's too much.
It's too on point.
Much.
So good. Anyway,
Boy, Kristen.
So, as everybody has said, the Hollywood Brown Derby, if you are wanting to spend 2 credits, is a must-do. Food is always fantastic. I am going to pick Roundup Rodeo Barbecue. I really enjoyed the food here, and it's an all-you-care-to-eat experience. It's a newer restaurant, which is also nice. If you've been many times to Disney, this gives you a change-up, but I found the food to be great. I was quite surprised by how delicious it was. And then for quick service, I like the food here. It's different. Docking Bay 7 food and cargo is what I'm going with. It's got an amazing atmosphere. I feel the food lends itself to a little bit more of like the healthier options. A lot of the dishes do. And it does cost more. So it's one of those places, if you kind of skip it because you go, I don't know that I want to spend that much when it comes to a quick service restaurant, this is a good time to use your credits and enjoy the food there.
good. Galaxy's Edge getting another hit there. All right, here we are at Disney's Animal Kingdom. It's a little bit short in terms of restaurant offerings, but we understand why. Kat,
I'll go
your
first.
turn.
I can go first.
Do it.
You want to go first?
I'll
Go
go
ahead.
first. Why not?
Okay.
There's only 4 locations for table service. And I'm going to say that you can't go wrong with any of them. Tiffin's does require 2 credits. Yak and Yeti is a place that we have been to many times. It's a Landry's restaurant. So if you have the Landry's card, you don't have, like, if you don't have a reservation, you walk in, you show it to them, and you're the next to be seated because it's a perk of the card. So that's one place you can really take advantage of that. And the food is delicious, and it's consistently delicious. We have never had a meal that wasn't great there. So I think that would be my number 1 choice. For quick service, I have to go with Satuli Canteen. I really do like their bowl options there, and the fact that you can choose your base and your protein and then what kind of sauce you want on it. I really enjoy that. And it is again, another place that has a higher price point for its menu items than your standard, quick service location. I do want to make a quick note too that you can use this at Nomad Lounge as well. So that is something to note.
Like that. I love the Nomad Lounge. Kat?
I think that the Tusker House is another great option for character dining at only 1 credit. The food is great. Then, it's a mini Mickey and Friends situation, so you hit all the major players if you're there for that. And the food's good, of course. They have lots of allergy-friendly options, but then also their buffet has those African-inspired dishes that you might look at Boma for normally, but they have them here in the park. And then my pick for quick service is almost always going to be Harambe Market. at Animal Kingdom. Even when they changed the menu, their original menu was great, and then their second menu is great, and this menu is still great. It's like rice bowls and salads, and it's actually really delicious. One of the very few places you can get jollof rice, like at all, much less in a theme park. So it's great. And then for snack at Animal Kingdom, if you're not getting the corn, what are you doing? Period.
Street corn that.
Street corn, period.
We haven't done the street corn. We need to.
You have to.
Yeah, we do now.
It's so good.
We do now.
Yeah, now that Mr. Kamal's fries only have one gross sauce. Get the corn. Until the corn gets screwed up too.
Well, for me, I'm like our my co-host here. I'm a big fan of Tusker House as well. I love Tiffin's. Tiffin's, to me, because it's 2 credits, it's you have to be very adventurous. I feel like if you want to experience just another culture's food, go for it. Kristen and I really enjoyed it. We loved it. Of course, the restaurant was designed by Joe Rohde, so you can't go wrong by seeing a lot of his own personal sketches and different things that are little Easter eggs hidden and not so hidden in that place, which is a gem in and of itself. If you're a big fan of Imagineering and Joe Rohde and Animal Kingdom, and it's a treasure. It really is a treasure. But yeah, Tusker House for me is great. I think our family really enjoyed the character dining there and loved having all the different food come out and seeing the characters. So once again, great experience there. For me, I'm a big fan of barbecue. Of course, we come here equipped in Tennessee with barbecue running through our veins here anyway. Even though I'm a transplant, I feel like barbecue sauce runs through my veins at times. Flame Tree is pretty darn good, not just to say for theme park barbecue, but pretty darn good in and of itself. And their barbecue sauce is also very good.
I
And,
love the
Kristen
spicy barbecue sauce.
We love the spicy barbecue sauce.
Onion rings, and spicy barbecue sauce.
She
That
right
is like
there.
my go-to thing to get there.
I think the coolest thing that we can do of course there's water parks and different things, but I
do
think
wanna-
and resorts, we can probably talk about that at a later date, but maybe we should talk about that at a later date. That's a lot of fun to talk about the resorts on the Disney dining plan and downtown Disney, or Disney Springs rather.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Shall we just do you guys want to wrap it up with any other thoughts about the Disney dining plan? Because we're pretty comprehensive today.
Yes.
There is one thing I realized we did not mention.
What's that?
Something very important.
Yes.
Cost.
Oh, yes.
We
Because
did not
we've been talking
mention
about how
this
it's
year's
free.
cost.
Well, it does
Yes.
tend to change.
Free, but if you are purchasing the plan, let me see where we could find that. I had it and then. Okay, so the price for the quick service plan for adults, which is ages 10 and up, is $59.14, and children, which is ages 3 to 9, is $24.71.
And that's per
And then-
day.
Yes.
Per night, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
And then what's called the Disney dining plan for adults, that is $97.78. And for children, it is $30.56. So
I have to tell you, it's nice to have the Disney dining plan. I know some people may not dine the way that way that we dine, but I can tell you the way that Chris and I have done this in the past is we'll often look at our dining reservations and plan our park visits around our dining. So we
yes.
plan our dining first, then plan our park trips and where we're going to go, whether we're going to do a split day at a park or whatever based on our food reservations. Because the food reservations, in my opinion, if you're into it, should always be first, because they're the ones you have to make reservations for the earliest, right? Because sometimes you can't make it, especially now doing resort stays, you can't book your your attractions until you get to, until the day before, right? Or the day of. I forgot what it was now. I'm losing my Disney cred as we talk. But the dining reservations you can book in advance, way in advance. So book your dining reservations, have a tier list of what restaurants you definitely want to sample and eat at with a family. Make it a family thing, or talk to Kristen as you plan your vacation and tier it up. These are the places we must eat at. We want to experience and have character dining. Then make that first. All right. Take our recommendations, book regarding those reservations, and then plan your trip around the dining. And that's my only tip, because it's so hard to get dining reservations at some of the most, like, if your goal is to go eat at Be Our Guest, by golly, that's the first thing. And the first available date that you can book Be Our Guest during your entire length of stay, that's the place you need to go to first.
Yeah.
And then book your rest of your trip around Be Our Guest. Am I right?
I agree.
I mean,
I agree. I literally was just doing this for my parents. They wanted to go to Monsieur Paul, and I was like,
Yeah.
guess what day you're going to Epcot, even if you didn't want to go.
that's the day, right? I love Monsieur Paul's, but you gotta do that in advance. But any other tips before we go?
I think
That's
that's
amazing.
it. I think that's it. I do think we do need to talk a little bit, because we didn't mention it last week, but Dinoland USA,
Yes.
RIP.
Oh,
You'll notice we didn't talk about any of the restaurants that were in that area. It's because they're gone. Closed
gone.
forever.
no more Restaurantosaurus.
No more Restaurantosaurus. No more Trilobites.
More Trilobites.
But it's official. We are
Oh.
in the progress of getting new experiences at Animal Kingdom. If you made it over there to say goodbye, good for you. If not, always in our hearts.
Yeah. You'll never be number one, Dino Land.
Nah.
But you'll always be somewhere in that list. You might be toward the bottom, but we'll miss you nonetheless.
You tried so hard.
It's like Linkin Park song,
Ugh.
right? We tried so hard, but in the end, it never really mattered.
No.
Just joking. It didn't matter.
No.
It didn't matter. Okay, you didn't matter. Okay, just like, so long, goodbye. So long, dinosaur. You'll be missed.
Yes.
I will miss dinosaur, or, extinction, or whatever you want to call it. It's good.
Yeah. No more going to get that dino.
We're going to get the
But soon
dino.
we'll have Indy, so
We made it.
it's going to happen.
Just in time. Anyway, where's my theme music, guys?
I don't know. Where is it?
There it is.
Thanks so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show. And if you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, and please continue to give us those 5-star reviews. Aljon, tell everyone where they can find us.
Okay, we're in all the usual suspect places there on the internet, and I say suspect because, Facebook sometimes is very suspect. But that is a cool place to check out our new page. We know that a percentage of you have only liked our new page. Our page got hacked last year and it never has been the same. But you can help make it the same if you just like it. So go to Dining at Disney podcast on Facebook and click the like. Click that notification bell every time we post new content. When we post a new podcast, good. And we're on all the other places. We're also on the Source of Radio Disney Fun Zone. So check out all of our friends there. srsounds.com. Source of Radio has our show featured every single Monday afternoon. So please check that out as well. Check your listings there at srsounds.com. Source of Radio, all Disney music all day long. And we'd also like to give a big shout out to our friends at Disney Dorks for another great community there on Facebook. Please check them out, Disney Dorks on Facebook. Good times. You can also find me, Aljon Go, on Instagram, ALJONGO on Instagram. And check out my other podcast with former Disney creative director and world-renowned author Dave Bossert. He just won an award for some of his books. He's got a couple different books in there. He's got this Monsanto House of the Future book, which is absolutely amazing. Please check that out. Skull Rock Podcast is the name of our show. It's Disney and pop culture. We talk about Disney. We have Imagineers and artists and filmmakers that have basically given us so much love and joy over the years that have worked for Disney. And we talk about their contributions to film and animation and we talk about their lives and their history. We just had animator Darley Brewster's on there, and we've had Tom Bancroft. The Bancroft brothers have been on the show, so it's just great. So check that out. Skull Rock Podcast, everywhere you get podcasts. Kat?
You can find me at Catastrophe at CAT_ASTROPHE on Instagram. If you want to support the show, and we hope you do, consider donating. We're going to have that Patreon up and running soon as we hope to reach the next tier on Spotify. That will come probably in our links in the next few weeks. And you can also, of course, always shop our Amazon, Disney Store, Kingdom Stroller, or Garden Grocer links. They can be found at diningatdisney.com or in the show notes below. Until next time, I've been Kat. That's been Kristen and Aljon. Bon appetit.
The information and opinions expressed in this podcast are for entertainment and informational purposes. All other trademarks mentioned are the property of their respective owners.